what to make of this position. I assume that white has to be better, but it's not that easy, is it?
Yeah, what an imbalance here. You do have to figure out a way to keep everything like tight and constricted here. For instance, like having a queen on like g3, king g4, so you can be able to
Mm-hmm.
push the pawn. Knight can block the check with knight g5. And you're just trying to push these pawns up one by one without allowing many checks. Maybe giving up one pawn, but not more than that.
I could see a position where maybe the queen takes the pawn on a6, black takes on h5, and we get some endgame with like 3 pawns and a knight against just a lone rook.
I can see that one. I can also see even just running the e pawn at some point while defending the a pawn, or maybe it's going to be a pawn race in some cases, but the queen may be able to pick up the pawn, the a pawn, without it being defended by rook or
Mm-hmm.
queen. So it's like black has to do a lot. You try to push the pawn while also hold these pawns and keep my king safe around my pieces that I have left.
Exactly. As black, you definitely take a draw at any point here. And look, queen f6. This is sort of what I was talking about because you threaten to play h6 here. So as black, queen takes h5 starts to make a lot of sense.
Like takes, and then hope for a draw here for
Mm-hmm.
checks. But there's so many ways to block the checks. So with knight g5, moving my king around, shuffling, and you also have to watch out for even queen trades. Any queen trade, especially if we trade off the a and the h pawns, it's going to be game over for black.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder, can you force a queen trade here? If you check on e5, that's one way to force it. I'm not sure if you can make that happen.
Okay, he's going for it. Stop while stopping rook g7.
Yep. I believe that should be winning. Like, I don't know anything about that position, but maybe queen a1 check here I would try.
Yeah, queen a1. Wait, rook a7's in the way, but queen a1. What a check. Any way to force this? It's not yet. Maybe just 95. Get close to him.
He does try this. Yeah, you must play rook a7 here because this move is such a... You can kind of see the end of the game after
You know
that.
what's funny though? Maybe it's even possible to even take the rook. Of course, why would you do that? But
That's
queen
funny.
takes and then knight and 3 versus a queen. I've never seen that type of imbalance, but I feel like the 3 pawns versus a queen. If the knight should be enough. It's kind of crazy how that works.
That would be a very funny imbalance. Of course, it's never going to happen from here because why would they? But definitely funny to imagine.
Yeah, something to play around with on chess.com.
Queen e4 check could happen. So any kind of rook move down here, queen e4 check. I mean, obviously, if not winning the rook by a fork, but you have the queen trade when you want it.
Hey, he's still not allowing it. Maybe you just go queen e6, try to get close to him. You could also maybe, it might be a little risky, pushing e4, allowing rook b3. But then you do have king g4, though.
Yeah, I kind of like it, but I agree. I would be nervous to play e4.
You can play it here. See what he chooses. 22 seconds. Easy move.
Queen to b1.
Check, 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 check. Like, bunch of checks. He's going for it. Or the king is running for the heels, but there's no checks. Wow. Look at that.
He's walking for the hills.
Walking for the hills. Be careful where you land. King g4.
Now I like e4 a lot.
Yeah, he just has no checks. There's no checks. 1 game left in the women's, and we have 3 games left in the open section.
And it looks like most of the games that are on at least have winning chances in the open section here.
King g1. Maybe just king f5.
Yeah, I do like that king f5 move, but I can see how queen b1 is maybe annoying there.
And then your move e4, which is crazy.
That's right.
E4,
And
I'm
you
going
can't
to push
play rook
forward.
b5.
Right.
Maybe that's the way.
That might be the way. This is the way, young Jedi. This is the way.
There it is. Look, he just like set it up beautifully so there's no checks or anything.
Yeah, he just runs the king here. You have time to get it done, especially with the increment here, but don't move too slow. Maybe throw in a check first. Push again.
G3, tuck it together, keep it protected.
By the way, Prague's game somehow was a draw, and now he's apparently winning here, but he has to find. I wonder what that is. Just 96 king of 7?
Yeah, we
Maybe
can
what
quickly
Prague is
jump to that game just
now what?
to show the people the position that we're dealing with here. It's a really unique endgame, and it's actually been a draw the entire game. Like, he's been working and working Prague to try to get this win, and he finally manages it in the final moments here. And it's actually because of this,
Oh
because he
my
takes
goodness.
on g6, and even though you liquidated a pawn for a pawn, you have 97, and then
And
the pawn
push.
just goes all the way.
There's nothing he can do about it. There's no
Amazing.
tricks. There's nothing. As he thinks about it, he's probably going through the head shake moment here. I'm like, oh god,
Wow.
Okay, knight f3, knight check, king f8,
I can't believe that.
push. Wait. How does he? Okay, knight e7, king f8. Hold on. What is this?
It's
Knight
just
f3, knight e7,
g6.
king f8, g6. Yeah, you can't even go knight e5. He goes
Yeah.
g7. That's GG. Unbelievable. That's crazy. This is like very rare. This ever happens
There's
like this.
nothing to do here.
Yeah. Wow. He held for so long. Elshan did.
So in this
Cracked under the time.
position, he actually could play knight here for a draw. He could play knight here for a draw. He could play even king here for a draw. But knight
Oh,
h2, which looks just fine. Like, you're taking the h pawn. But amazing that this works out, and Prague gets the win, which means we'll jump back to our other game. This is looking crazy here, but impossible to stop the onslaught of these pawns, right?
remind you of like game 6 of World Championship. Of course, there was no queen for white here. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just the formation of like how he walked up the board with the pieces here.
Absolutely.
It's very similar, and we're seeing that right now. The pawns and the knight are all working together. The queen defending everything. There's not a lot of squares for black to actually do anything. Yeah, queen f4
Mm-hmm.
is going to be nice too.
Queen a3 here probably spells the end of the game. I think that'll be it.
Yeah, see if he plays it. a3 check. There's
I
no
mean, you could
trickery,
also
right?
push a pawn here. It's completely fine.
No trickery. Okay. I think that is it for games. Let's see if women's still going. They still have that game. Yeah, there's still one game over there too, which is a nice imbalance. 2 rooks versus a queen over there.
Yeah, this one looks over. He missed queen a3, so I think we will jump over there and check out that